Yo, the lies told that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, hands is open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like lots of sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes wet. Focus on the mental, never lose like a smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose what I get to, never lose, move on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we running and maybe we just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision and pay me, it's never that's way we indigenous. Maybe we winning is crazy. Opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. This your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. This your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. This your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity.
Yeah. Welcome one, welcome all, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Lion Villain Report. And it's your boy, Russell Wayne, right here, broadcasting live into the Lions Villain Squad Facebook page. We're broadcasting live into the Lions Villain Squad YouTube page. We're broadcasting live into the Detroit Lions News Podcast, along with JC Sports. We are the UDFA of sports podcasting, so make sure that you're liking, sharing, and commenting. Get in there. Get yourself some of that. We are brought to you by NFL Shop, right there. Let me get this link. I'm going to throw a link into the comments right now that you can save up to 30% off of your order by going there. Even if you're a Packer fan, you can go in there and go off the Lions page. You can use that link and you can go to the Packer page and get some of that done right there. If you want to partner with the Villain Squad, if you want to be guilty by association, if you own a business and you want to partner with the Villain Squad, just get a hold of Main Event Mike, 810-620-2167, and find out how you can be guilty by association. And you could do that. Faith, family, and then football. We use football to spend time with our family and to create memories. We don't let football use us. And we got a big game coming up this weekend. I mean, it's Saturday edition. This is going to be our last show before the showdown happens. And man, what a matchup. This is where dreams are made right here. You know, win or lose, this is the type of game that you want to be in. Obviously, you want to win these games, but just to be good enough to be in a game like this is pretty cool because they don't happen. This is going to be the game of the week. This is going to be the game of the week right here. But I want to say hello to everybody. Let's see. Jeffrey Addison is present and accounted for. Thank you, Jeffrey, for everything that you do on our groups. And I'll throw a group link into the comments as well. Right here. Here's a group. If you're sick of the spam posts and you're sick of groups that ain't based around the Lions and all you want to do is talk Lions, then this is the group for you. Go ahead and Jeffrey's one of the moderators in there. Paul Jones is one of the moderators in there, or the admins, and they make sure all those spam posts are out of there. I like that. I do. Good morning to Jeremy B. Good morning to Jimmy Hoffa. Jimmy Hoffa in the house. Oh, rushing yards per games. Both teams are separated by 2 yards per game. Passing yards, 22 yards, slight edge to the Packers. This is the only show endorsed by Rick Rude and Christopher Walken. Yes, the fake Rick Rude and the fake Christopher Walken are always welcome on this show. As we get going right there. Good morning to you, Adam. Good morning. Another tidbit from Jeremy B. Defensively, they are separated by 32 yards. Number one in the league on third down defense is the Lions at 30.7%, and Packers are tied for eighth with 33.7% on third down defense. This is a great matchup. This is a great matchup. I mean, this is what dreams are made of. These, we got 18 weeks, and not every game has the splendor of this game right here. I hate the Packers. I hate the Packers with every fiber of my being. I hope that they lose every game for the rest of their life. I want to see them lose every game. But that's what the beauty of it is. That's why it's a rivalry. The Packers have owned this division for decades. They've owned the division so much that they can actually still claim ownership to the division even after not winning the division. The Lions won the division, but the Packers are out there still claiming ownership because they've won the division so many times. They have been the benchmark for the NFC North for years when the NFC North was not good. The Lions didn't have good teams. You know what? I mean, I followed them anyway. I watched every single one of those 0-16 games in 2008. Every single one of them. I remember John Kitna going out there predicting 10-6 that year, and we were ready. We had Calvin Johnson, baby. We're ready to go. So they were the standard for the division forever, but it's not that way anymore. The Lions are a team that you can't just come in and mark it as a W anymore. I think the Lions will be favored in every game that they play for the rest of the season, including this one. I don't know where the line is right now. I don't know if you got in on some of that cheese, but this is a huge game. And right there, just like this, the poster says, the key matchups, I think, is going to be the Lions secondary and the Packers pass catchers. And now you may think that it's somewhere else, the key matchups. I mean, the run games, it's supposed to be raining out there. The run games going to be able to get going? I mean, the weather seems to favor the run game, which actually works for both teams. So this is such a good matchup. When you're looking at the PFF grades, let's look at this by team. Let's share the screen. PFF right there. Oh, yeah, but you're looking at it in just in the team reports, just an overall team. As far as PFF is concerned, the Lions have a way better team. And actually, Green Bay is a little bit better at running the ball. They have an advantage in pass blocking. They have an advantage in passing. But our offense as a whole is better by PFF. And I know people don't give anything, but when you just itemize these things, definitely advantage on special teams. I don't think that the pass rush, I don't think that's a fair assessment, since the Lions don't have Hutchinson anymore, because they were killing it. But this is going to be a great matchup. I mean, you got Jordan Love. He's got passing options all over the place. I think everybody in that offense can play. Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Bo Melton, Romeo Doubs, Tucker Kraft, Josh Jacobs. You could even put Wilson in there. They got a good offense. But they only average 4.9 yards against man coverage. And that's what the Lions love to play. The Lions are going to be in man coverage most of the time. And that's why I say that this is the most intriguing matchup. This is the key matchup right there. Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch, Amik Robertson, Terrion Arnold, Carlton Davis. How are they going to match up against Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Bo Melton, Tucker Kraft? And that's not, we're not putting even in, and on the other side, it's that way too. I think that on the Green Bay side is, can you stop the Lions running attack? The Lions got an offensive line that wants to run downhill on you. And they've been running on everybody. As talented as Jahmyr Gibbs is, that 70-yard touchdown, he wasn't touched because the blocking was so good. Jahmyr Gibbs just had to get out there. He made the cut, but nobody touched him. Good morning to you, Chad. Good morning, Adam. I don't think we're getting nervous. It's more like engaged. I don't think, we're not nervous. We're not nervous. Like Dan Campbell said, if they're fired up about the game, I'm fired up about the game. They like competition, man. This is what you live for. What, you want to go blow out another team? You want to run up 50 on a team? Is that what you want? Is that what you want, Lion fan? Let's go and blow out another team. We ain't gonna blow this team out. I don't think we're gonna blow the Packers out. I think it's gonna be a good game. It's as advertised. Good morning to you, Scotty Reno. Scotty Reno, you're watching this show. I can invite you straight over to my house. I'm watching some Crown Jewel today, brother. I'm watching Crown Jewel today. If you're in the WWE, and I have a wrestling page, WrestleMania Pro Wrestling Talk. Well, the Crown Jewel, they're doing a pay-per-view over in Saudi Arabia. And the time difference is so cool because they're at night. And here we are. They're going to run this pay-per-view. It's going to be like 1 p.m. over here. And we're going to run that. But Scott, I want you to come over. You're more than I got to watch Riker over here today because my wife is going to go hang out with your wife. So I don't know if you want to come over and watch the pay-per-view, you're more than welcome. CR Mayo, good morning, Russ. Just wanted to say how much I love the chain, and it really looks fantastic. Sending love to the family. Thank you. I appreciate that, CR Mayo. FTP. And there you go, Jimmy. Jimmy's in here with a Go Pack Go. Gotta like that. What a good game to be part of, Jimmy. Red zone defense, where this is a huge amount of separation. Lions are on top 47.7%, while the Packers let 60. Our red zone defense is the truth. Steve, Packer fan. I don't like that, but you guys may like that. If we lose this game on Sunday, I see us making a big trade before the trade deadline. Yeah, you're going to lose on Sunday. Just get used to it. Lions going for 4 in a row at Ford Field North up in Lambeau North, which we are the proud owners of over the last 4 years. It's been nice. Who has the advantage in offense, defense, and special teams between Green Bay and Detroit? I like that question. Because, I can go by, the eye test. Here's, Jeremy's bringing up some stat numbers right there, but I can go with the eye test. And when it comes to, let's just break it down by position. Let's go through position by position. Quarterback. Now, normally, quarterback. Normally, I would say that this is close. You got Jordan Love, you got Jared Goff. Now, as far as running their offenses, Jordan Love turns the ball over a little bit more. Jared Goff has command of this offense. I would give the advantage to Jared Goff. He's been playing better. And then there's the injury thing that's going along with that. So I would give the advantage to the Lions for quarterback. For running backs, Josh Jacobs, I think that he's a top 10 running back. You could argue that he's a top 5 running back. But the Lions have 2 top 5 running backs in Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. So at running back, at the running back position, and even, Craig Reynolds and Sion Vaki are good depth pieces that can run football too. So I think the depth is equal. You got Wilson, you got other running backs over in Green Bay that are good. But as far as the top end running backs, Josh Jacobs versus Gibbs and Montgomery, I'll take more running backs advantage. Lions. And I'm not even being homer right here. That's it. I mean, I think that if you're realistic, that you would give me those 2 right there. An injured Jordan Love versus a completely healthy Jared Goff. And moving on to wide receivers. Now, as a whole, the Lions got Amon-Ra St. Brown, you got Tim Patrick, you got Khalif Raymond in wide receiver room. I would have to give the advantage to Green Bay for the depth of their wide receiver. I think Jaden Reed is a special talent. And then, Watson and Dobbs and Melton. I mean, they got pass catchers probably 5-6 deep that are good. So I would give the advantage to the Packers on the wide receiver. Tight end wise, Brock Wright and Sam Laporta versus Tucker Kraft. And Tucker Kraft, I don't know where Luke Musgrave has been, but I think that's pretty even, especially with how they're using tight ends this year. So I'm going to call that a push at tight end. And then offensive lines, that is a huge advantage for the Lions right there. Jimmy Hoffa says still do. Steve says Packers do scare Russell. I can hear it in your voice. The Packers scare me. The Packers don't scare me. This is what type of game that you want to play in, Steve. If your team's good, you don't get scared about these games. You don't even get scared about losing these games, Steve. If you believe that your team is good, you're not scared of this game. You invite this game. That's what you want. You got 6-2 versus 6-1. Now, I can hear it in your texting that you're scared, Steve. You're scared of the Lions. And I can tell you why you should be more scared of the Lions than the Lions should be of you. And I'll tell you why. If the Packers win this game, the Lions move to 6-2 and you move to 7-2. And then we're in this middle cluster in the NFC North where everybody's kind of in it, You got the Bears just chilling there, even with 3 losses. It's like the Minnesota Vikings are still chilling there with 2 losses. You create a cluster. You have the opportunity to create the cluster and to put yourself into that conversation of not just the best in the North, but the best in the NFC. Now, if the Lions win the game, the Lions are going to create separation between the Packers and, well, really, the Lions are going to create separation between everybody in the NFC North. That's going to put them 2 games ahead of everybody. So you should be more scared than I am. You're just trying to get into the game. You're just trying to get into the game. And you're trying to do it with a broken quarterback. We don't even know who's starting. So, I mean, I don't know. I like this matchup, though. I like the matchup. 6-1 versus 6-2. Matt LaFleur versus Dan Campbell. Kneecap says that Jordan Love was announced as playing last night. Jair Alexander is doubtful. Evan Williams, the strong safety, is out, and Josh Myers is doubtful. Calm down, Jimmy. We respect your team, but we're not scared of any team. Yeah, I think it's funny. It's like I run a Lions-based show, and whenever you have Packer fans in here, it's like the trolling shows that they're scared. Why would you be on? I mean, you could go into a safe space with a bunch of Packer fans and you can homer it up. You guys can talk about, all of your secondary guys that you think that are good, that are just average. You can go do that, but you're on my show. You're on my show talking trash. But you're only going to be here for a day. Because the only way that you come back is if you do win the game. Because if you lose the game, you're going to go back into witness protection like the rest of your friends that can't take it because they want to ghost the villain after they lose. That's the difference between the way that we fan here at the Villain Squad and the way that other teams, they want to just come in and only talk when they're winning. And that's why the top reasons to ghost the villains. Look, where are the Bear fans? Where are all those Viking fans that were in here like Jimmy?
Oh, man, yeah, look at us. We're so good. You better look out, Detroit. Y'all scared of us. Look at me. We're so scared.
Hey, Jimmy, do you think that they're going to win her? Oh, Jimmy. Gosh, man. Steve says, no need to eat crow. If we lose, we lose. No big deal. There's a lot of season left. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Steve. See, Steve's one of the rare people who loves to come in and try to speak for the entire fan base when the rest of his fan base, those clowns from Green Bay, they ghost. And you know they ghost, Steve. You know they come in here and talk tough the week of the show. You knew of some of the players that used to come on here from Minnesota. The fan base in here that was talking crap every week. Rest in peace, broski. Rest in peace, broski. I'm sure that you're going to come in with a legitimate excuse in a couple weeks if your team wins a couple more games. Top reasons to ghost the villain is you came in, ran your mouth, got your ass kicked, and then you don't come in no more. Trolling won't change our focus. That's fun. We can win in multiple ways, says Jimmy Hoffa. You don't think the Lions can? The Lions just ran up 52 points against the team, and we only had 80 yards passing. Oh, we can win in multiple ways. Well, join the club. Where Jordan Love struggles is versus pressure this season. Love's 31st incompletion percentage and 42nd in yards per average under pressure with 4.6 yards, 4 TDs and 4 interceptions. Yeah, he's a mixed bag. He reminds me of another quarterback that used to play in Green Bay. And those volatile guys can kill you if they decide to get hot. So I'm not going to underestimate Jordan Love. He ain't my quarterback, but I got Jared Goff, the MVP, the GOAT, Jared Goff. He's man of my team. But yes, rest in peace to all those troll fans that came in with a certain tone. They had a little baritone in their voice, you know, talking it up. And then, and then they're gone. Then they're gone. Then rest in peace. Rest in peace to those fans that can dish it out, but they can't take it. See, here they come in. They're going to talk. They're going to talk. But that's all right. We have the talent to stop y'all. You don't have the talent to stop Sonic and Knuckles. You may have the talent to stop one of them, but that's why we so dangerous, bro. You might be able to stop Sonic, but if you stop Sonic, you ain't stopping Knuckles. And if you're stopping Knuckles, you ain't going to be able to stop Sonic. You got to pick. You got to pick which way you're going to lose, boy. You got to pick which way you're going to lose, boy. Jeremy B says Russian TDs, Packers 6, Lions 13. Passing TDs, Packers 15, Lions 14. Hey, that's fine. I love being able to run the football in the red zone. Pine Packers. uh, Scotty Reno says he can't, got to go to Amber's baby shower. Okay, I got you. I just wanted to invite you. Jeremy B says defensively, both defenses have given up 7 TDs, and the Packers have given up 14 TDs. Lions have given up 6 TDs. So, I mean, it's a good matchup, but, you know, I mean, I know that they got some talent over there, but there's a reason that the Lions are favored in this game. I'm not underestimating the Packers. The Lions are favored in this game because they're the better team. And as long as they don't turn the ball over and they don't force mistakes. Last time that they played the Lions, they forced Goff into like 3 fumbles. They got to protect the football. But as long as they protect the football, the Lions are the better team. Steve says Lions are trading first and second round picks and Jahmyr Gibbs to Cleveland for Myles Garrett. I don't think so. I don't think so. What a ridiculous take by a clickbait ESPN garbage journalist. I don't know who came up with that, but that's ridiculous. What a ridiculous trade. You're not going to do that. The idea is to win the Super Bowl and to keep competitive. You're not going to trade away the best running back in football along with 3 first-round picks. I mean, that's not the way negotiation works. That sounds like a bad fantasy football deal. A deal gone wrong. Like, that's not going to happen, Steve. Jordan Love's completing percentage right there. We'll leave that up there. I think that this is a good matchup here. This is a good matchup. I think they match up well with the Green Bay Packers. I mean, there's two major stories that I think need to be answered in this game. And on our side, defensively, it's our brand new Lions secondary, ascending secondary versus the Green Bay Packer pass catchers. The reason that you went out and got, and here's the respect that I'm going to give to you, Green Bay. The reason that the Lions went out and got the secondary guys that they did is because of the Green Bay Packers. I mean, you may not be able to identify the number 1 wide receiver on the Green Bay Packers, but they're all at least number 2s. And Jaden Reed might be special. So you got pass catchers all over the place. So you need at least 3 deep on cornerbacks that can all play man coverage. And not every team has that. The Lions have that. So this matchup right here between the Lions secondary and the Green Bay pass catchers, to me, as the villain, is the most intriguing matchup to me. And then the second most intriguing matchup, I would have to say, is the Green Bay's defensive line versus the Lions' offensive line. Because the Lions are elite on the offensive line. And actually, the last couple of weeks haven't had their best games on offensive line. Not everybody. There's players that have been having good games on the offensive line. But like as a whole, they haven't had that complete game in a couple of games. And they're due. I mean, I like Rashad Gary, Kenny Clark. Those guys are good pieces. So they may be able to penetrate that defensive line at times. But I love that matchup. I like that matchup to favor the Lions. Frank Ragnow, I mean, in a revenge game against Kenny Clark, Rashad Gary had himself a game last year. In a revenge game. Rashad Gary's good, but we got good offensive linemen. We got good offensive linemen. And when you have a good offensive lineman versus good pass rushers, you get a lot of back and forth. And you guys had the back last time, and we got you in Lambeau last year. And then you came back and got us back on our own home court with Rashad Gary, getting after Jared Goff, getting him to turn the ball over. You think they haven't been working on that all week? I like the matchup, but that's the key match. That's the key matchup. Jimmy Hoffa, we won last time. We won the previous 5 times before that. You've won. You're 1-5 versus. Oh wait, yeah, 2-5. I should say 2-5 versus Dan Campbell. See, that's the short memory. That's the Green Bay Packers short memory syndrome. You got us in the last game. Do you think that helps our team or hurts our team, Jimmy? We won last time. Do you know when the last time the Lions lost 2 games in a row was? Do you know when the last time a division opponent beat us twice in a row is? Got to go back to 2021, baby. And it wasn't you that had the streak. So that statement right there, Jimmy, we won last time, that doesn't favor you. That doesn't favor the Packers. That statement doesn't favor the Packers. That favors the Lions. Our team has grit. You don't think that you think that the Lions know? How many guys on the Lions roster do you think know that you guys won last time? That's the Lions' superpower, is being able to come back and bounce back. We won last time. That doesn't favor you. But we've won the last in Ford Field North. Yeah, that's true. They don't want to talk about that. 200 plus rushing yards. That's pretty. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big take right there, Ryan. Central scrutinizer. Jimmy might be Broski's cousin. Yeah, that's right, Steve. The Commanders' Hail Mary crushed all Bear fans. They were running. They finally realized, Steve, it's something that we've been trying to tell them the whole time. We've been trying to brace them and help them understand. Caleb Williams might be the most talented quarterback ever in the history of mankind. But with that shitty coaching and that clown car of a franchise up in Chicago, they're not going to win. They can have all the talent in the world. And those idiotic type of mistakes, like the Tyreek Stevenson, they'll never have the mental fortitude to overcome the big teams, the good teams. That's why they can never beat the Packers. In order to beat the Packers, you have to be in concentration. You have to keep your wits about you the entire game. You got to force them into a mistake while limiting your mistakes. But you're going to be in a game. If you're going to beat the Packers, you're going to be in a game. You have to realize that. And if you have a chance to shut the door on a game like the Packers, a team like the Packers, then you got to shut it. A team like the Bears, A team like the Bears, you can force them into doing something stupid because they probably will. They're going to make a coaching blunder. They're going to pull the rug out from underneath their own feet. You can count on them for that. That's why I love this matchup between the Packers and the Lions, because I don't think that there's going to be a lot of mistakes made in the game. I think it's going to come into man versus man, mano y mano, a lot of singles matchups, a lot of Frank Ragnow versus Kenny Clark, a lot of Taylor Decker, Rashad Gary, handling exotic blitzes. That's what the Packers have been doing. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not scared of it. I'm looking forward to it. It's like an epic match, you know. And I honestly couldn't even tell you who's going to win the game. I think that the Lions are favored in the game because they're the better team. When you look at top to bottom rosters with depth and backup on every position, I think that the Lions have the advantage of talent on the roster. They got high-end talent on every level of the offense and defense. But Matt LaFleur's a good coach. Matt LaFleur's a good coach. He's a good enough coach that he could take even a roster that isn't talented. It's not the most talented roster that wins the Super Bowl every year. You know, sometimes it's just the guy that you can get to play together the best. But I love this matchup. But the Bears are a clown show. They're getting run like a clown show. Their coaching is going to hold them back. Right now, you're probably like you're already seeing some of the fan base. They won't even come out here anymore. But they lose another game like that, they're going to start wanting to lose every game so they can try to get Ben Johnson. Only Lions fans can stick around when they're 0-16. They not like us. Yeah, that's true. That's a funny narrative that's out there too. That I've heard out there. Like, where were all these Lion fans the whole time? It's like, you can't have it both ways. Like, we get made fun of for supporting our loser franchise. For years and years and years, they made fun of us. I can't believe, look at all these stupid Lion fans. I can't believe you'd sell out games when your team's a losing franchise. That's because we're the best fans in the world. And all we needed was a team that was good enough to be supported. And it doesn't surprise me that it's the way that it is. The Lions fans are the most loyal fans in the NFL by a mile. You know, they go out to the games anyway. They didn't care how many losing franchises that we had. Over and over and over again. From 2001, Joey Harrington, and the drafting wide receivers in the first round every year. We support this team. Jim Schwartz, Jim Caldwell, into Matt Patricia. It's like, we've supported this team. And for them to come out and say, like, we just got here, oh, you only support them when they're good, that's bullshit. Bullshit. Maybe you run away like a scared little bitch when your team loses. That's what you do. That's what you do. You come in here and you talk all tough, and then you can't handle it when your team loses a couple games. You have no idea what pain is. You soft fan bases. Bunch of soft fan bases. And you try to blame me. We both talked. But we both talked. My team won. Come in and eat your crow. I have more respect for you when you do that. That's something about Steve. Steve always shows up for his team. Steve always shows up for the Packers, win or lose. He was coming in there. Yeah, I'm not going to say that you were defending Jordan Love, but you were at least coming in after the losses, scrutinizing and being there for your team on the losses, eating your crow. We would never give up Gibbs or Demo no matter what. Yeah, we're not going to trade Gibbs, guys. That guy is full of shit. They're not going to do that. Now, three ones and a 2. I mean, it's Myles Garrett. So, I mean, that's up to you how you want to get into that. But, you could have 20 drafts. You could have 20 first-round picks and not find a Myles Garrett. Let's put it that way. So, I don't think that the draft pick side for them to say 3 1s and a 2, if they wanted to say that for Myles Garrett, and that contract, that's the big thing, guys. If they traded for Myles Garrett, that contract is so friendly that you could have Myles Garrett and Aiden Hutchinson for, the next 5 years. The contract's so good. It's so good. You'd be salivating at the mouth. You're going to have Myles Garrett for $20 million a year for the next 3 years. Yeah, you got to throw you might have to restructure it and throw another year that's $35 million at the end of it. But put a whole bunch of signing bonus on it, make Cleveland to eat all of the cap. Yeah, that is worth 3 1s and a 2. That's worth 3 1s and a 2, but not any of our players. That's what I'd be telling them. If I'm Brad Holmes, you can have all the draft picks that you want, but you can't take the future. You can't take my guys. I drafted these guys for a reason. Everybody has a purpose that Brad Holmes has drafted. If you notice, the guys that are starting to rise to the top, the ones that are becoming the starters and the core of our team are all the guys that Brad Holmes drafted. Go figure. Go figure. I mean, you can like the way that Brad Holmes or not like the way Brad Holmes has went through free agency, getting the bargain bins, but he drafts. And that's where you want the core of your team to come from. As long as you continue to draft well, you're always going to be contending. Do we think Jaden Reed will have a big game? I think that their wide receivers are a problem. I think that that's where Green Bay's strength is going to lie. Right there. I think that we stopped the run. I think the Lions are pretty good at stopping a run. I can see them making it a one-dimensional game, making them throw the football. And if they play that type of game, yes, of course. Jaden Reed is a playmaker, depending on who they stick out there on him. I hope that they stick Brian Branch on Jaden Reed, because that would be so poetic to me, right? Jaden Reed, Brian Branch. You remember that draft, Steve? I know that you like Jaden Reed. You think the Lions are getting Zadarius Smith, Steve? I could see it happening. I could really see that happening. He's a good player. I mean, right now we're running with, practice squad guys and guys that can fill they can fill the spot. We have this guy named Terrell Williams, who's our defensive line coach, which pretty much makes the next man up a real guy, because those guys are trained up well and they know what to do on any given play. Jimmy says, I always tell my friends, don't listen to the media at the beginning of the WWK. Listen to the picks and the Vegas picks at the end of the week. Yep. That Vegas has us as a favorite away, Jimmy. Jimmy says, so y'all have shut down corners? We do. We have 2 shutdown corners. And they keep getting better. And I expected them to take their lumps at the beginning of the season. I expected Terrion Arnold because they went right after him. Every team, Matt Stafford went right after him. Baker Mayfield went right after him. And they should. Any good offensive coordinator is going to attack what they perceive as your weakness. And these guys in trial by fire have been really good. You know, they started out being very handsy, getting lots and lots of penalties. And over the last few weeks, they've settled it down. I mean, Calvin Ridley's a good wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb is a good wide receiver. Justin Jefferson is a good wide receiver. So the last few weeks, they've been a lot better. They've been a lot better. Even Calvin Ridley, he started out and he had over 100 yards receiving in like just the first 3 drives. And then they shut him down. They made the adjustment and shut him down. So to me, as a defender, Jimmy, I'm not necessarily looking for the guy that has the best stats. I'm not looking for the guy that, oh man, he gave up all this, that. No, I'm watching the game. And I'm going to tell you what I see in the game. Now, if you're getting burnt the entire game, I'm going to say, hey, you got burnt the entire game. But when I see improvement throughout the game, if you're stopping my offense and then all of a sudden you're not, then I see that the coaching made the right decision and they made the right adjustment. Well, I saw that on defense, and I see that on defense. I've seen it in every single game. Even the one loss that the Lions had in Tampa Bay. There's no excuse for it, but the thing is, the defense gave the offense 3 chances inside of 3 minutes to win the game. Getting them inside the red zone, and they couldn't close the deal. They were 1 for 7 in the red zone. If they converted on any one of those other ones, they would have won the game. And they didn't. Kudos to the Tampa Bay defense for shutting it down and getting it done. Lions offense was still trying to figure it out. But right after the bye week, the Lions offense really just started to click. Jimmy says, wasn't Goff sacked on the first 2 drives of last week? He was. He was. And let that sink in, Jimmy. And the Lions still scored 52 points. Let that sink in. Jonathan said, yep, because we are the better team. They do win. We won't hear the end. And that's all right. If they win, they can come in. Celebrate. Do a touchdown dance, you know? I guarantee Jimmy, I can guarantee Jimmy's going to be in here if they win. Of course. Look at it. It's Packer fans that are in here. Packers won last week. What don't we see in here this week? Come on, the regulars, say it with me. Who don't we see in here this week? Viking fans and Bear fans. No, they go into witness protection. Let's see. This year, it's coming. Yeah, we should be able to beat these Packers this time. They're outmatched. They're outmatched this time. I mean, it sucks that you don't have some of your guys. You got no Jair Alexander. Alexander's out. Evan Williams is out. You don't have your back end guys. So right off the bat, that's not good. Am I not having sound? Can you guys not hear me? Hello? Can you guys hear me right now? Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure if people can hear me, and I'm trying to keep up with all the comments too. Um, let's see. Jimmy Hoppus says we're not good at stopping the run. I mean, Jimmy, this show is based in reality, and I mean, I don't know what team you're watching, but our team is good at stopping the run. And let me see by position, by player, by game. Let's see, by team. Okay, there we go. Run, offense, defense, pass rush, run, defense, right there. Yeah. Lions are 7th in the entire league against the run, and the Green Bay Packers are 23rd in the league against the run. We're really, really good at stopping the run. Oh man, I love it. I love it. Helen, good morning. I believe the Lions will have the win. At least it's not cold in the frozen tundra. That is very true. Um, Jimmy hasn't done his research. Yeah, I'm not gonna let the clown show continue. Tucker Kraft needs to have a big game in this game. He does. Saying that we can't stop the run, go look at the past 7 games. Yeah, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. We're not talking about reality here. The Lions are good at stopping a run. They're a top team in the NFL at stopping the run. Actually, the Tennessee Titans are better at stopping the run than the Green Bay Packers are. Will the real Chad please stand up here? Let's see. Yeah, they're in the bungalow. They're in the bungalow. Hearing you just fine. Bring the receipts, Russ. Bring the receipts, Russ. Hey, it's okay. Here's the thing. The rules are simple on this show, and it protects me and it protects my mind space. And this is why one of the reasons right here that it's faith, family, and then football, right? I don't have to hate Jimmy. It's okay. I mean, it doesn't matter if he's not smart at football. I still care about Jimmy, even if he doesn't have a rooted in reality take. Sometimes the clown show wants you to be part of the clown show, and I don't want to be part of the clown show. If we're just going to put nonsensical stuff up there and just put up things that aren't true and then troll from that point of view, I don't play that type of game. Faith, family, and then football in that order. Faith, family, we use football, right? That way I don't have to. I can love Jimmy, I can hate his team. And honestly, I'm giving your team more respect than I probably have to at this point because you're in here. One of the things. Jimmy's the clown. He's bringing it on himself. That's it. Let's see. To be honest, the Packers are a good team, but they got away with a few and that they should have lost. Honestly, the Jacksonville should have won that game right there. Jimmy, it doesn't matter how many times they run against you, Jimmy. Do you stop? The reason that they're good at stopping the run is because they shut down the run. And the strategy of football, right, is you want to make teams one-dimensional. And the Lions are so good at making you one-dimensional that you will stop running the ball. They're so good at stopping the run that the teams just say, "Fuck it, I don't want to. I ain't gonna try to run the ball no more." Shoot, even the Tennessee Titans, they got the bulk of their run, all their run yards that they got were in garbage time. At the end of the game, they're running it in the second half, trying to move the ball down the field. getting it in like 10-yard chunks. You know, we're just trying to stop the big play. We're trying to get the game over with when you're up, you know, with 45-14. They're trying to get the game over. That's where Tennessee got a lot of their run yards last week. So it's like the Lions stop the run. They make you one-dimensional. But here's where I can respect the Packers is Josh Jacobs is a good running back. You're going to have to contend with him. I expect Josh Jacobs to be able to run the ball. The Lions aren't as good at stopping the run without Aiden Hutchinson, but they can still stop the run without Aiden Hutchinson. They've proven it last 2 weeks. So, and it's because of the depth. Obviously, you're not going to have Aiden Hutchinson. You know, obviously, you're not going to get his type of production. But through a healthy rotation, some guys stepping up, the next man up, Terrell Williams is a good defensive line coach. He's got those guys trained up. You can trust in the practice squad guys to at least not embarrass your team. It just means that you got to get production from other players. You got to expect more out of Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. And they've been stepping up to the challenge. If you ain't getting sacks, you're looking for interceptions. You either want to stop the quarterback from throwing the ball or you have the secondary that you actually want them to throw the ball so your playmakers can make plays. So right now, the Lions are leaning more on the back end of it. Go ahead and throw the ball. We're in man. Amik Robertson, Carlton Davis, and Terrion Arnold match up very well against the Green Bay wide receivers. They all play good, sticky man. And, you know, even if those players are to make plays, they have short memories. That's what you want. You want a cornerback that's got a short memory. Even if he gets beat on a play, next play, he's in there. He's in there competing on it. So this matchup, man, Green Bay should be scared of this matchup because the Lions can create distance. They can create separation between the mediocre teams of the NFC North and them separating themselves as one of the top teams in the NFC. That's what's at stake. Lions can separate themselves. And you say you can't run the ball when you're trailing. That's exactly when they were running the ball. They were doing the quarterback draws, trying to get quick 10 yards when they were down by 21. Lions stopped the run. DJ Reader, Aleem McNeil, these guys are crazy good against the run. So good against the run that a lot of people were saying, well, the Lions need help on pass rush. Why did they get DJ Reader? Well, because he's the best run stuffing defensive tackle in football. That's what he does. Run defense. DJ Reader, Aleem McNeil, Levi Onwuzurike, 3 of the best run defenders in the league. Not just in the NFC North or on Sunday. So I love the way we match up. You know, we don't have Aiden Hutchinson anymore. So that gives Aaron Glenn an opportunity to make the defensive line bigger. Because now you're putting Levi on the outside, and you're just we're big. We're big in the middle. And now I expect us to make a trade, but it looks like from what they were saying A lot of these teams, they want to play the game on Sunday first before they make the final deal. So the Lions have to figure out a way to win without. Jacobs didn't do anything against us in Las Vegas last year. Yeah, and the offensive line of the Packers is probably a little bit better. So he's probably going to have a little bit better of an opportunity, Scott. Mark says it's perfect running back weather. When you have a team that haven't had the lead, it's like it's funny. DJ Reader. Who's DJ Reader? Do I have to educate you? Really? DJ Reader. Is that are you being serious? Oh my God. Well, DJ Reader is better than Kenny Clark. That's for sure. Aleem McNeil's better than Kenny Clark too. We have 2 defensive tackles better than your best defensive tackle. Man, I can't take you serious anymore. The clown show is here, and I'm not going to participate in the circus anymore. Oh my God. Learn football. Just use the Google. Use the Google. You know, stats are free. Go check it out. Go check out and see what those guys have done. Oh, wow. War Week is here. You are watching the Lions Villain Report with your boy Russell Wayne. You can join me Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. You can count on it. Man. Yes, the Lions have the best defensive tackle combo in the league. They do. DJ Reader and Aleem McNeil is the best in the middle 1-2 punch in the league, in the defense. I said it. I'm sticking with it. It's been that way. It is that way. And it will continue to be that way, even if you don't live on planet Earth or in reality. Stats are free. It's okay. It's okay. But that's why you get into trash talking. Usually when people say stuff like that, that means that Jimmy probably won't be part of the show on Monday unless they win. Unless they win. Jimmy, you don't measure defensive tackle in sacks. Wyatt isn't even close. Wyatt is mid. He's okay. Wyatt's okay. At best. He's mid. Actually, he's below average when you think about it. I mean, he's only got 5 tackles, which ranks him at 108 in the league. 79th in assists. No forced fumbles. He's got 3 sacks. 10 total pressures. 10 total pressures for the whole year. And you're hitting me with Devontae Wyatt. 10 pressures the whole year. Mid. He's all right. Not even close to Aleem McNeil. Aleem McNeil's like defensive tackle's the most like undersold. It's like the most undersold position in football, I swear. Because if you're trying to measure it in sacks, I mean, that's not going to really do anything when you're measuring it in sacks. I mean, pressures, yeah, maybe pressures. The hurries in there. Aleem McNeil has 16 hurries on the season. He's got 3 sacks on the season. You know, run defense, that's what you want. You want big run stuffers. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. You're on with run defense. On you got to be able to stop the run. You got to be able to push that pocket. You got to be able to push that pocket. But if you don't know who DJ Reader is, you don't know football. So I'm not going to take you serious if you don't know who DJ Reader is. If you're not going to respect my players, I'm not going to respect your players. I'm not going to do that. This is a Lions show. And, you know, if you don't want to respect the Lions players, especially the ones that are good, you know, I ain't out here trashing your players. And I wouldn't do that. But Devontae Wyatt's okay. He's an okay player. Kenny Clark was really good. Used to be. Oh, man. But you're watching the Lion Villain Report. You can join me every day, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. Broadcasting live into the Lions Villain Squad Facebook page with 56,000 followers.
Why have billions when you can have thousands?
Thank you to Joe Chapp and the Detroit Lions News Podcast, along with JC Sports Network. Thank you to the Lions Villain Squad YouTube page. Thank you to the ones that are subscribing, the ones that are liking, sharing, and commenting. We are the UDFA of sports podcasting, and we appreciate all of the support. It's faith, family, and then football in that order. I'm going to say goodbye to you at this point. We're going to have us a game. We're going to have us a game, and I'm either going to come back on Monday eating some crow and giving some credit, or I'm going to come on here on another Victory Monday. But either way, I will be here in support of the Detroit Lions. It's faith, family, and then football. In that order. We use football to create memories and spend time with our family. We don't let football use us. And may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again for the Lion Villain Report on Monday. Peace out. God bless.
And yo, the lies told that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, hands open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like lots of sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes wet. Focus on the mental, never lose like smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose what I get to, never lose smooth on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we running it maybe. We just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision that pay me, it's never to sway me. Indigenous, maybe we winning is crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. This your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. This your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. This your